Hello, it's Prologue, and welcome to the Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. I'm playing this game because I enjoy this game very much, and I am recording it because I want you guys to enjoy it too. As such, I am going to do a full playthrough, completing 100% of the game, and I'll be doing my best to edit it for your enjoyment. Now, before we fully get into this, I need to make a note of something. This game has a lot of cutscenes, and especially around the beginning area. So I'm going to be quiet through those, and just any cutscene throughout the game, so I won't be talking too much. There might be long periods of me being silent. I don't know if that bothers anyone. It doesn't bother me at all. And so, let's get into it now. Oh crap. On hard.
What's happening? Who's in control of those things? Get in touch with the 4th Armored Division! We need backup from Lieutenant General Craig!
This is awful! What happened here?
How terrible.
I can smell smoke. Are they using gunpowder?
They've completely blindsided us. It appears that everything else they've done today was to serve as a decoy, even making the tanks go haywire.
Right. It looks like their real target was the railway guns all along. Which means they must be serious about targeting that trade conference in Crossbell City.
They wouldn't! How can they possibly sink?
So, they're intent on taking the Chancellor's head after all.
Resorting to such wanton violence? This is absolutely outrageous.
Please, let us help. We don't know if reinforcements are on the way, and it doesn't look like we have much time left. We have to stop them before they can activate the railway guns.
Green's right.
I don't know how much we can really do, but considering the alternative, we have to try.
Right.
We're about to let those terrorists have their way.
Looks like any attempt to convince you otherwise would fall on deaf ears. All right. Green, you and the rest of Group A are with me. Group B, you'll be under the command of Major Neidhart.
One group will secure the gun in the right wing. The other group will secure the left. This is an actual combat situation, with real lives at stake. I expect the best from each of you.
Yes, sir! All right, Class 7. Our objective is to stop the activation of the railway guns. We've learned a lot at the Academy. It's time to put that knowledge to the test.
Understood!
And we're thrown into this immediately. We don't even know the characters' names. Kind of. So, this is the controls. Simple move around stuff. As you would expect. E opens up your menu. Yep, there we go. Let's go forward. Out this door. Or in this door? Through the door.
Here they come!
They look just like that thing we fought during our field study.
Mechanical monstrosities.
Save the talking for later. We need to take these things out.
Got it!
Here they come!
And after barely getting in to regular movement, we're already in combat. And there's a lot to see right here, and it can be very confusing if you don't really know what's going on. But right now, let's just go with the basics. We're going to attack. On attack, you will see a little pointer icon showing which character you are selecting, and there's a small ring around that enemy that shows your area of effect. Since this is a basic attack, it hardly has any area of effect at all, so these enemies will all not get hurt, or you can't hit multiple enemies at one time with this attack. So, let's do this. We did a pretty good amount of damage. We took some damage. Now it's black-haired boy's turn, who is also referred to as Reen. Let's try out crafts. Crafts are a different kind of attack. If you look down at the bottom, you'll see everyone has 3 bars: HP, EP, and CP. Crafts use CP, craft points, which I would compare them to something, but I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. These are special attacks that every character has. Black-haired boys special attack, or one of them, allows you to put a circle anywhere, and if you can, say, line up something like that, where you get 3 enemies in one attack, or when you have 3 enemies highlighted, do this. It consumes some craft points, and you do a lot of damage. Oh. That was a quick time event, kind of.
My turn.
Right now, I've kind of forgotten how they work, so let's get into that later. And when you attack, you regain craft points. So you want to keep that in mind when using them. Now, go to arts. Here, we have, effectively spells. These use your EP. They do not regenerate automatically by attacking. However, you can do something like attack an enemy, attack a line of enemies, attack an area of enemies, attack more enemies, yeah, all kinds of things. Let's use this.
Arcus activated.
Now, you'll notice he didn't immediately attack.
Leave it to
And the
me.
reason being is if you look up in the top left corner, blonde-haired boy, which I think was the name they gave him, his little icon actually moved down before doing anything. And he has that little icon next to him. That means that he's preparing to cast that spell. And once it's his turn again, he will cast that spell. So, casting spells does take some time to prepare. And to get more into this bar on the left side, crap, sorry. I'm disoriented. The bar on the left side is your turn bar. This turn bar shows you your turns and the enemy turns and whatnot. All kinds of stuff. Now, right now, this enemy has a lot of debuffs. This one has some. This enemy is nearly dead. Let's just take care of that.
My turn.
And because it died, it didn't have a turn. Now, another enemy, I think it was this one right here, had its turn, but because it had a stun on it, it no longer has the turn. Buffs are weird, or debuffs are weird. Oh, I kind of forgot about this, but if you look, I can't target this guy all the way over to the right, because my movement circle is too far. So instead, I'll target this one right here and finish it off. This guy's still alive and attacked.
Yeah.
Nah. Craft. Let's just attack. We can take this out. Gotta keep in mind these quick time events.
Leave it to me.
Oh, and now, if you look on the icons on the right of the turn order bar, you'll notice little things like right here we have critical. This means that this character, when she attacks, she will get a critical. So we want to keep that in mind. And when you get a critical, you automatically get a free quick time event thing like that. Now, here's another problem. That enemy gets a critical. We don't want that enemy to get a critical because it will hurt us. So what we can do is we can look here. Nope, that will cause too much delay. If we killed this one, that critical would still go over to this guy. So instead, let's see if we have a really low delay art. Nah. Low delay craft. Nah. How about move? Nope. Okay. So we can't do anything to try to stick ourselves in between black-haired boy and the enemy that has the critical. So let's just attack.
Go.
Let's see if black-haired boy can do anything. It appears not. So let's just finish this guy off. And you get hit by this critical, which does increased damage and I believe always hits. But now we have all this turn,
My turn.
or all this time. That was our first combat encounter.
Good work.
If you're playing it on hard, you need to have a bit of an idea on how the game works in order to be able to beat these at the beginning. But typically you can play through it and just kind of figure things out as you go.
No doubt about it. Those things were the same as the one we fought outside Legram.
It seems a large number of them are on the loose inside the fortress. I'm guessing that's what got the soldiers we just saw too.
Seems so.
So these are archaisms.
Are you certain, Instructor?
Yeah, they're a kind of autonomous weapon made by a rather unsavory group, and a real pain to deal with, too. We need to hurry, but keep your wits about you.
Understood.
And now we're back in a movement. As such, we will head forward, ignore the really sensitive camera. I kind of forget that it is. And hello, enemy.
You met the wrong
We
teacher.
encounter enemies on
My
the
turn.
overworld, I guess. And now, let's attack.
Here we go.
Black-haired boy has a critical. A critical would probably be able to kill this enemy because I think it does double damage. However, it also allows for the quick time event to get extra damage in, so let's use it on this one. Oh, never mind, it wouldn't have killed that other guy. Oh, that's my bad. However, now we can.
I'll
Not.
handle this.
Okay. Using up quite a bit of CP here, but we can hit both of them. And they'll be dead. And we got a quick time event. Perfect. No, they're not dead. Oh. Whew.
But stay alert, everyone.
That was close. I'm surprised that happened. I think I had lingering damage on it, maybe? I honestly can't remember. Hello, other enemy.
You're in my way.
Oh, now here we have CP up. When it's their turn, they get 50 points of CP. Also, CP goes from 0 to 100, and then 100 to 200. When you are at 100 or more, if you hold E, you can use the S break, or I think it might have a different name, but I don't quite remember, which is an extra powerful attack. Every character has their own special S break. This one is this. And it targets all enemies.
Let's see you live through this. Plasma storm!
Kind of like an ultimate attack.
Lights out for them. Good work.
And it was a very powerful attack too, so they all died in one hit. However, now red-haired or female instructor's CP is completely gone,
You messed with
so we can't use that again, or nor can we use any crafts with her. See, all of these are empty, so we might be able to use an art right here.
Arcus activate. Yeah.
This means that we get to use, or we get a critical.
Dance.
Now let's attack everything with this critical.
Astral flare.
That... I probably should have looked at that, because I don't think that was a terribly powerful move. Also, crafts cannot get that, Wait a minute. No, I think they can. I think I just did something wrong. So, this enemy is stunned, so we don't have to worry about it. We can instead focus on the next one in line, which is this one, who is confused. So honestly, we can focus on, like, this guy, because he's close to die. He's close to die. My EP is healed. You know what? You have really good... attacks. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Okay.
And as such, all shall be good. Let's attack this one. Get some extra damage on it. Oh! It was confused, so it attacked an enemy. That's good. There's a lot to keep in mind.
Here we go.
And we haven't seen it happen yet, and it's probably not going to happen. But because it takes time to cast a spell, occasionally if the enemy gets to move before you finish your spell, they can actually move out of the way.
That's the power of the 8 leaves.
However, if an enemy casts a spell, you also can move out of the way, if you get to move beforehand. So when casting a spell and enemies are going to be able to move before you can, keep that in mind and try to plan for where they're going to be, not where they are. Let's rest here. This healed us. Ignore the fact that it kind of totally broke the action. And let's go out.
Where are we?
This must be Borrelia Canyon. You can see Crossfell State on the other side.
There!
those are?
The railway guns. They're enormous.
Damn! How did they manage to get them prepped so fast? Don't tell me they're just gonna let them rip without even setting a target!
Instructor!
Well, they're certainly not shy about bringing out the big guns.
Ugh! We don't have time for this! We need to take these things out fast!
Right there with you.
Let's send these cretins to the scrap heap.
Very well, I will serve as your...
And now we're fighting a boss. So that rest, it completely healed our HP and EP, but did not bring our CP to 100 at least. It did not do anything to that. So, Red Hair Instructor's CP is still at what it was during our last battle. These enemies are a lot tougher, so let's just go at it.
My
See,
turn.
Red-haired Instructor, she is able to do quite a bit of damage to the other enemies. This one, not at all. These guys, I think you actually need to use magic. That said, what's something else you can do is pull up your S-Brake. Now, when someone has 200 CP, they have an even more powerful S-Brake. Black-haired boy, or Reen, as his name may be, if we attack this one,
Blades, gavel on my blade.
does...
My turn.
I was going to say does far more damage. I mean, it did do more damage comparatively. Now, let's try Crystal Saber, who is Blonde Boy's thing. Well, let's kill this one. Ah, crap.
You're in the shore. Crystal Saber.
I made a bit of a mistake there. If you saw, I had a little, like, flame icon to the right of my character with a 0, like that enemy does. That is 0 arts, and that means that you can cast an art without using any CP. That is good, but right now, we don't have that anymore. So, let's use our final S-Brake, which targets everything.
Great towers! Lord of Varian! Rest in peace.
And that didn't do too much damage. However, that did a bit of damage to us. Oh, we got a counter. When an attack misses, the target will counterattack if the attacker is in range. And now we get to see this creature, enemy, using 0 art, and cast this very powerful looking spell. A fairly powerful looking spell. Let's see. Yeah, we can get this critical. Let's see if we can't use it. Aha! Do we have any craft that we can do with it? No, okay. So it's either... Oh! That's good.
My turn.
We get to attack twice in one turn. Effectively. And even when you attack via the quick time event extra attack bonus thing, you still do get CP for that character. So this guy's really close to being dead. Let's try to make him dead.
Arcus, activate.
I'll handle this.
Let's continue trying to make him dead. Hold up, we can look at his specifics. So, I'm kind of an idiot, and don't remember much, but I believe that means that he is strong against, that magic. Again, I'm kind of an idiot. So, let's just attack it. I don't know.
Leave it to
God,
me.
these guys are tough. Well, let's attack. We should also keep in mind that enemies have or have attacks that can hit multiple enemies or multiple of us. So we should try not to bunch up. With that said, oh, wait a second. Now here is what I was saying. How, if you look, we have a red circle around us. And the enemy that's just about to go, this one, is about to cast a spell. Now, black-haired boy and bespectacled girl, did I say that right? Are inside of this red circle, but bespectacled girl can move out. And as such, avoiding the attack. Now, if you're a smarter person, you would typically notice that earlier and take better measures to avoid it. Now, black-haired boy is really hurt, so let's go into items. And these are effectively names for your typical things. Here's some healing stuff. Let's use it on black-haired boy, or Reen, as he's called. To bring him up a bit, because he's hurt. Now, blonde boy. If you look, he has two debuffs. He has a buff and a debuff. The buff is, I believe, attack speed. I don't quite remember. And the debuff is strength. So he is much weaker. And as such, he would want to do something like, say, a buff, which buffs everybody and increases their attack and speed and stuff.
Understood.
Attack speed up, regular speed up, and got rid of the strength debuff. Now this thing is almost dead. Let's attack this one first, though. I have a good reason for that. Oh, and what we can do is we can interrupt. If we use an S-break, we can interrupt that attack. The problem is when you start an S-break, you cannot cancel it, so I cannot cancel. I am forced into using this. But not only did we interrupt his attack... Oh, wait a second. I think in that case we just skipped him. But you can force an S-break into play before the enemy gets to go.
Okay.
You just need to have one ready. Okay, we have a zero art. And a zero art, I believe, is cast instantly. So... let's go with Volcanic Rain.
Now.
Yep, it's cast instantly. And did a fair bit of damage. And now we can do attack, because we have increased attack speed at least. We can do the craft. Ah yes, and if you look, the Arc Slash, for instance, says it can unbalance. It also has a delay of plus 30, which means when I hit an enemy, it has a chance to unbalance them, which is what gives you that quick time event extra attack thing, and will force their delay an extra 30. So that means everyone will get to go again.
I'll handle this.
As such, there we go. Blonde boy is just going to attack. Oh, we got an unbalanced. That is more accurately what it's called.
My turn.
Sepith up. Sepith, I won't be able to explain that right now. So let's just wait. Because these are boss enemies, I assume that what this attack is, which is a 30% chance of KO, I assume that is not going to work. So, let's just attack. Hope for an unbalance. There we go, we got an unbalance.
Yeah.
We all shouldn't be clustered up together, but this enemy is really slow. Like, everything we do still puts us before the enemy, which is great. So, we should take advantage of this and just murder it.
My turn.
I guess that spell is like a really big delay.
My turn.
And this should kill it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this should kill it.
The battle's over, but stay alert, everyone.
A self-destruct mechanism. Does their cowardice know no bounds?
We're running out of time. I'm gonna go on ahead. Follow me as soon as you're sure it's safe to...
Railway guns.
Oh, no, no!
Don't!